Hello everyone, welcome back to FullGrownGaming's Let's Play of Kingdom Hearts. In this episode, we are going to be doing probably a lot of speeding up actually, maybe not that much, but we do need to get a lot of treasure in this area. And there are a lot of enemies surrounding the treasure chests in this area, and that is a problem because, well, that's been going on the entire game. I was going to say that's specifically a problem in this area because we are so high up off the ground that if we, try to attack an enemy that's right off the edge, or right on the edge, I should say, we're gonna go flying off. And that's not such a big deal because you can get back up here without too much of a problem, but it does take up a lot of time. So if possible, I want to try and, eliminate most of that. I almost fell off right there. There, I took care of him pretty quickly. I thought that was going to take a while. Those gargoyles have a tendency to fly over the edge and never come back over the edge. So you're going to be trying to use magic, you're going to run out, and it's just going to be one giant, pain in the neck. Luckily in this area, I was going to say there's not going to be any enemies, it looks like there is, but this area you have to use fire. We've seen a contraption like this before, which we have to use fire on to actually use it, like this elevator thing or whatever. Luckily, they do give you an ether right in the very same room, so if you do happen to run out of magic while you're fighting the enemies out here trying to get in here in the first place, you'll probably be okay because they give you an ether right there. Now, this red Trinity over here is actually missable. As far as I know, this is the only missable Trinity in the entire game, and I think, because I've never played the Final Mix version, I've read that in the Final Mix version they actually fixed that, and they put the Trinity in some other place, which is probably what they should have done in this area as well, but for whatever reason, maybe just they weren't thinking the first time, or maybe they really just wanted to put in a missable item in the game, but whatever the reason is, I don't think it was really all that cool, because once you get to the end of the game, you're like, oh, Mr. Red Trinity, you go up to look it online, and you figure out, you missed the Trinity way back in Halloween Town, and you can't go back and get it. But this is another thing. Actually, I don't even know if I need to kill these enemies right here. If possible, I'm just going to go ahead and skip pretty much, or not skip, but run past all the enemies, because it's not really necessary to take care of all of them, but it will be necessary to take care of the enemies in this area I'm in right now, because even though you can't see it, there is a treasure chest right around here, and we need to take care of the enemies, which seem to have killed themselves. So hopefully, I can get over here without more enemies spawning. I cannot believe that just worked. I really cannot believe the enemies didn't spawn. Watch this. As soon as I jump out of here, enemies are going to spawn. Look at that. Man, I don't think I have been that lucky in quite some time. Because as you all know, or maybe not everybody knows, but if you try and record a video game and you want it to go your way half of the time, it will not go your way. Something's going to happen, you're going to die, enemies are going to spawn or not spawn or whatever. But anyway, without too much complaining, we made it up here to the evil playroom. And man, that was a really short cutscene. I was like drinking water, getting ready to, prepare to talk after the cutscene, but apparently they don't play the cutscene right now. Now, these guys are not that hard. I actually don't even remember their names, and that's kind of sad. I'm not sure if they have even mentioned what their names are in the actual, dialogue of the episode here. Or not the episode, but the level. I know they're probably in the journal, but I haven't looked in the journal. And these guys are very annoying. I can't believe I can't hit this little kid. But depending on what order you defeat them in, it gives you a different amount of XP. And I'm not sure what order gives you what amount of XP, but I think if we kill that small guy that I'm locked onto right now last, we get the most XP. So let me go ahead and try and take out these guys real quick. There we go, so we got a whopping 240 experience from that. That was actually pretty good, since we're fighting kids and all here.
Orders.
We were just following orders. Oogie Boogie told us to steal the heart. It's all Barrel's fault. It was his idea to tell Oogie Boogie about the heart. Yeah, that's right. But you guys said, you should be ashamed. So they're actually agreeing that it was his fault. I find that kind of funny, how they didn't all turn on one another. But this save spot right here is actually the save spot you probably want to use if you're going to go back and get that red Trinity, like if you had Jack in the party. But I just went ahead and didn't put Jack in the party at all. You know what? I might as well. I'm going to go ahead and put Jack in the party because I haven't done a whole lot of using, the extra characters that we get in the you know, in the whatever level we're in. I haven't done that too much in this Let's Play. Now this, I kind of already did it, and I did it absent-mindedly, didn't really talk about it, but that lever on the wall, or whatever this is right here, you can actually hit, and as you can see, it is now in the down position, and I love how the game is letting me get a really close-up picture of that. But as soon as we come out here, we're going to notice some things. Wow, I thought there was gonna be... My cutscene senses are completely off. But if you guys remember when I jumped into that cage or whatever it was to get an item, there was actually a cage right next to it that also had an item in it, but we couldn't get it because the cage was too high, I think, or maybe it wasn't turned the right way. Not entirely sure. But if we go down there, there's actually yet another item we can get. But also opening that, or turning that lever into the down position, opened up whatever this area is right here. And also, by the way, actually I'll probably wait to explain this because it's kind of a spoiler, but rest assured, if you miss these treasure chests, you'll probably be able to get them back. But if we jump down here, leap of faith, can't believe that worked. Let's see if I can get down here, nudge my way. Wow, that actually did work, I'm surprised. Unfortunately, it looks like the enemies spawned way up there, and it looks like I'm gonna have to go back up there to kill them to be able to open this treasure chest. Alright, well, I was kind of lazy about it, and it turns out Jack was able to take out that enemy there. But there is a Dispel G, and there was another Dispel G in that treasure chest I got in that tree thing up there. But there is a room that we need to find that has like a a green curtain. And I could never find that thing until I figured out about this. You can actually just go through here, or apparently you have to actually examine it to go through it. But what this does is put you out right next to the entrance to the boss fight, actually, so that's pretty handy. Maybe not right next to it, it's somewhere right around here, though. It should be right here. There we go. I was getting kind of nervous for a second, but let's go into the torture chamber, and I know for a fact there's going to be a cutscene here.
You want it? Well then, come on over and get it! Now, let's see if I can get their attention. Oh, hunters! This is it? Nobody disrespects me! Nobody!
Alright, we are forced literally right into the battlefield here, I can't talk today, with Oogie Boogie. Actually, Oogie Boogie is up there on a pedestal all by himself, which is why I consider this one of, if not the most annoying fights. Let me go ahead and pause right here so I can explain. Not sure exactly how much time I have here to pick, but you guys can see where Oogie Boogie is up there, and you can also see like where Jack's right hand is. There is a glowing button or whatever, and there's a couple of glowing buttons around the platform here. We actually have to get like right in front of Oogie Boogie and press a button so we can like rise up to his level, and you'll see what I mean as soon as I press one of these buttons. There we go. I thought I was going to miss it. It turns out if you accidentally, you know, press the wrong button, or you press a button where Oogie's not right in front of you, that platform will raise into the wrong, you know, position, and you won't be able to attack him at all, because for whatever reason, you can't jump over those iron bars, or whatever they are. Now these, whatever these are, dice, I was almost forgetting what those are called. I guess I don't speak English, but they actually do give you a whole lot of tech points. So that is probably a really good way, and it's actually a way that I did back in the day of leveling up. Now this boss fight is very, very, very annoying because you can't just keep attacking him. You have to wait for stuff like this to happen. You have to wait for those switches on the floor to actually raise you up. And when you get up here, there's only a certain amount of damage you can do. Even if you use the Sonic ability, like so, well, I apparently completely failed it there. But even if you use that ability, he'll just force you off back into the arena here. So I don't like boss fights like this, but I guess it is probably one of the most different boss fights, and I might be speaking too soon because the next boss fight is actually pretty different. But since all of this is pretty repetitive, let's go ahead and make this not so repetitive. There we go. So that heart was a failure after all. And we get the Holy Circlet, and I believe, yep, Ansem's Report 7. Whoa, how did he get so big? Look, it's brimming with the power of darkness. Oogie Boogie is drawing power from those dark globs. So we just have to destroy those things, right? And that is exactly what we have to do, so we're going to start off by testing Sora's knees, because we have to jump all the way down here. And what I like to do is actually just jump up from this side, but that cutscene we just watched where we destroyed Oogie Boogie was always pretty disturbing to me as a kid, because he starts, like, bleeding bugs and everything. I thought that was pretty disgusting as a kid. But we also learned, what was it called? MP Rage, which is actually a... Whoa, I messed up that jump, didn't I? But that's actually a pretty important ability, because what it does is basically whenever you get hit by an attack, an enemy attack, you get MP for that. And there's also one later called MP Haste, I believe, where you get MP for attacking the enemy. So using these abilities is really going to help as far as getting, you know, more magic to use for whatever, whether that be arrow, whether that be cure, or whatever. Now, I believe there are 5 of these things that I need to find, and I don't actually remember where they are exactly, but what I do is just do the circle method around the thing here, and it's not too hard to figure out where they all are, and it's really not that bad if you don't know where they are, like, immediately, because there's not too many things trying to kill you in return. Eventually, he's going to start spawning some Heartless here, I believe. Yep, there we go. But these are just the run-of-the-mill Gargoyles that we've been seeing for, what, a couple levels now? And I'm not actually, now that I mention it, I'm not sure if these Gargoyles are new enemies for this world or not, but we've seen enemies just like that before, so they're not, like, all that hard. Now, another thing I wanted to ask, or it's kind of like a rhetorical question, I guess. I wonder what made, you know, how the development team, or whatever, decides which cutscenes to make into voice cutscenes. Because there were some pretty weird choices for cutscenes, or whatever, I think. I wonder why all of the cutscenes aren't voiced. Some of them are actually, you know, text stuff. Now, I thought that was actually going to be the last one there, but apparently not, and I think the last one I missed is actually somewhere on this side. Let me check real quick. And I believe I have actually spotted it. Unfortunately, I fell right past it, so let me get back up there real quick. And there she is. I am almost guaranteeing this is going to be the final one here. I thought there were only 5, but I think I've killed 5 of these already. So apparently there's 6, but this should be, like I said, the last one. And there we have it, getting his strength up in the process.
Sally, why didn't I listen to you?
Don't feel bad, Jack. We'll come up with another plan for Halloween. Next time, we'll do it together.
I guess we have no choice. We'll have to cancel the Heartless Halloween Festival for now. Here, I want you to have this, and I believe, the Pumpkinhead Keyblade, which is actually probably one of my favorite Keyblades that we have so far, and this guy's just wondering, I'm skipping past the dialogue, it's not all that important, but basically he wants to know how you make a heart, or what, contributes to making a heart, I guess. But I'm gonna go ahead and equip the Pumpkinhead, because that is easily the strongest Keyblade we have so far, and I think it might be the longest as well, and it also has a pretty good, capability of dealing critical hits. Man, that thing is just like, I feel like I'm an infomercial or something like that, because it is a really cool Keyblade. The only thing is, it doesn't increase our magic at all, so I guess we're kind of lacking in the magic, department now, but even then, we still have like 5 bars of magic, so it's not that big of a deal. But let me go ahead and go back to Oogie Boogie's house. And here we are back at Oogie Boogie's house. The only thing is, there is no house here, obviously. Now, any of those treasure chests that we might have missed in the house, I believe will end up right here. But I don't see any treasure chests at all, so I think we got all of them. So actually, guys, I think this is gonna just about do it for this episode. I want to thank you for watching episode 26, I believe, and I can't wait to see you guys back for episode 27. And since there's not all that much stuff we have to do before we go to the next world, we might just go to the next world in the next episode. So once again, thank you for watching, and I can't wait to see you guys next time.